Hi everybody, this is a sound check and we're going to do our interview at 1 o'clock live on Facebook here. It's 12:45 p.m. Michigan time. And let's see here. Tag friends, share a group, invite friends to watch. Your viewers. Okay. Live video mystery mask. Tag friends. Share groups. No. Share. Oh, yeah, no. Allow your viewers. So, Monica, allow your viewers to request to join you as a guest in your broadcast. If you're on there, Monica, let's see. Okay. Live video, mystery mask, popular mask. If anybody... Oh, you know, are you on, Monica? You have to be on watching. Okay. Oh, and I can't bring you on the camera, Monica, because when Kelly comes up... Hi, Kelly. We're doing a sound check, us witches over here. Monica, it's telling me that you cannot come on the camera, but my friend Julie can come on the camera. So, Kelly, I'm going to test this out with you. Bring Kelly on the camera. Okay, but she declined it, so she did get the invite. You might have a, Monica, you might have a lock on your Facebook's name or a profile that doesn't allow you to bring me. I can't invite you on camera. I'm going to send you a picture to show you what's coming up. And if you see in the picture, I can't bring you on camera. It's Mercury retrograde, everybody. Okay. Let's see. But Kelly did. Hi, Vicky. Vicky also, okay, so Monica, Vicky also does not pop up, invite this person on camera. So Julie says, bring them on camera. I can bring her on camera. Kelly says, I can't. So I think there's some kind of, and Vicky's is turned off. My security settings are super locked down. So if you can't get her, you shouldn't be able to get me. Ray Warner, Ryan Berlin says I can bring them on camera for me. Now, so to fill you all in, everybody that's on this is kind of a comedy. It's turning into a comedy show. I'm trying to interview this lovely woman named Monika Zampa, and she lives in the Netherlands. And we're here. We are spiritual businesswomen, mothers, and we're going to talk about our callings. And I can call every single other person that's on the show right now, bring them on camera, except for her and Vicky Kettner. I can't open it up. So, Ryan, will someone test run and come on this call with me? Tanya says I can bring her on camera. Everyone, it's new. This is a comedy show called The Sound Check. It's a current. Monica, are we friends on Facebook? That's a good point, Julie. Let me see here. I think we are. Pretty sure we are. Yeah, we're friends. Yeah. Okay, now, Kelly, it went away because, Kelly, it looked like you. Let me try this again, Kelly. Add.
Hi.
Okay, Kelly, editing it.
I'm eating lunch.
This is becoming the Priestess House comedy show at this stage. Okay, so if anyone's watching this, this is fun. It's Mercury in retrograde. Hello to, hi Kelly. I'm just dying. So my crowdcast won't work. I've been having crowdcast hosting my videos through Patreon now for months now, and I'm gonna get my money back because I can't get it to work. So I'm trying to figure out basically at this time through trial and error what works best for me. Monika wants to be in your video. There she is. Approved.
Okay. You can kick me out.
I'll have to kick you out, Kelly. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Go ahead and try that again, Monika. Send me an invite. Hi, Tom. Everybody, this is the pilot test trial and error of what works on our social. Ask to request. Okay. Go ahead and try again, Monika. Sent. Invite. Go ahead and can you hit it again? Ask to request. Kara Markovich, it says I can bring her on camera. Hi, Kara. If anyone's still watching, this is, I did get that update, Monika, that you sent me, but I wasn't able to bring you in because Kelly was in. So I exited out of Kelly being on the screen, and then I lost the link that, I don't know where the link went, that is, somebody loved this comedy skit here of has to request. Let's see here. Live video. Richard, I can have. Hi, Richard. How are you? I can bring him on camera. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Everybody, hold on.
Yes.
Yay! We got it.
We did it. Okay, so now I have to.
I have no idea. This is so. If any of you study astrology, Mercury is in retrograde right now, and it worked. I'm ruled by Mercury, the planet Mercury, and when we're in this particular planetary position where Mercury looks like he or she, the planet, is going backwards, a lot of things don't function quite in alignment in the way that they should. So it was really funny because every single other person that's popped on this screen had a nice little easy link for me to invite them, except for dear Monika right here.
Doesn't matter. You know, basically what happens that the universe is testing us if we are really determined to have this call. We could have easily given up ages ago, but we persevere. So I'm complete. This is just normal, and women, we just go for it.
I know,
just
right?
go for it. So
I
those who stay,
enjoy. Thank you for staying. I hope y'all enjoyed that. I ate a little kit, and it'll get better and better. I tried to load my crowdcast, and it said to me about 6 different times that the timeout was happening and they couldn't publish it. So, hi, Chris. Yeah. Hi, Kyle, everybody. I have Lindsay and Richard and Kara. Anybody else still on here? And Ryan. Thank you, Ray, for hopping on. Kelly. It says we have 8 currently on. I know that live streams can be kind of particular wherever you're at in your connection. So I'd like to welcome Monika Zampa. Monika, where in the Netherlands are you currently residing?
I'm now in Amsterdam. It's 7 p.m. in the evening. It's a beautiful sunny day. We have a beautiful, beautiful summer. And life is very good, at least to me.
I think
I
so
didn't get it.
too. I think I might just switch this
Ah,
to the Facebook Live feed and try and shuffle people to support it on Patreon. So I wanted to invite you all to check out. I'll be sending a link. I don't know. I might have that might be a bit too fancy for me today to send a Patreon link. I don't have to do 5 things at once. I'll put a link in, and it's on my profile too. So that's the platform where we are generating. If you'd like to support the show, my lowest tier is $3. It goes $3, $10, and $25. At this time, it's donation only. So it's there's not added benefits because I'm in the grassroots, very early beta testing of my Patreon page. I'm determined to use it, but I'm in a lot of a trial and error time right now, trying to figure out the best way to utilize Patreon and to utilize Facebook and integrate these social media platforms. And so thank you for your patience with me as I learn how to publicly come out as a priestess and a healer through technology. I like to call this a renaissance of the soul in the technical age. Monika is is kind of my calling for using all these social media platforms. So again, you can find me on Patreon. The name is Priestess House. It is the platform for my ministry and for my music and my talk show, and in general, the artistic side of my healing mission here. So I have Monika Zampa here. I just brought up her name, but we'll bring it up again in case other people are coming in and out. She is a spiritual business mom. She says mom because she's over in Europe. We still say mom. I mean, and think too, Monika, I'm in Michigan and we are like a hard mom here. Like it's not even, our accent's very nasally. So down south, you might hear more mums. And we're pretty mom up in Michigan. It's very Canadian in our pronunciation as well, sounding. And I'm having her on the show so she can talk all about herself and talk about her mission and her calling as a spiritual businesswoman. And so thank you for being with me today and with our audience today, Monika, in our pilot session. I threw out my questions. I thought I'm a good talker. I'm just gonna, her and I prepped before, but so tell us about yourself, Monika.
So thank you very much for having me on the show. I hope you can hear me clearly. I also have things like this, but I don't like to use them. So let's just hope you can hear me well. So talk about my accent. I'm a really international person. So I'm half Czech and half Russian. I lived in the UK for 11 years, and now I live 20 years in Holland. So I'm not Dutch. I'm just living here. And I've been to work in a bank as investment banker. I was a gallerist in London. Yeah, I was a gallerist. Worked for lots of NGOs, non-profit organizations. And so now in the role as a healer or a light worker, you know, I don't really like to put things into little boxes, but kind of a healer or a light worker I've always been. My Russian grandma is really a healer. And because she was growing up in a very communist country, she couldn't really talk about it. So I inherited that talent, but I was also growing up in a communist country, so I couldn't really show it. And throughout my life until about 7 years ago, 7 years ago, actually at the birth of my daughter, I gave a home birth here in the living room by myself, almost. Wow. And at age 41, yeah. So that was very, very spiritual moment. And in that moment of birth, something happened in my channel, and it was a connection between the earth and the universe. And it's like a lightning went through me, and I just opened up. And that was kind of moment where a divine energy came through me. But I still didn't really recognize that. I kept it secret. I didn't talk about it. You're probably the second or third occasion I talk about it. So as I was preparing for this interview, I thought, where did it really start? So that was the moment. And the healing was always with me, but I just suppressed it. And many people like us, especially having lived in a very male society, we are not really allowed to show it, because in the past we were killed. You know, women like us were killed for showing this ancient wisdom. So I was killed, and I'm sure Kate was killed as well. And that's why we have this existential fear in us to speak up. So there comes a moment in your life when you say no more, and very often it's a dramatic moment where you decide that you're not going to be quiet anymore, and you start to talk and show and express yourself. And I'm a typical woman. I start from the middle of the story. So so yeah, so I do, yeah, I'm a healer and also a very much a businesswoman, because the second question was like, I've been spiritual all my life, did many courses, many hours and hours of meditation. But if you are spiritual and you don't have money to pay your bills, then your spirituality goes down the toilet. And you can sit on the meditation cushion for 20 hours a day, but if you have no money to pay your bills, you are not going to reach that enlightenment we all want to. So spirituality and money goes together.
Yeah, especially so. That's a good transition into the new paradigm, because I feel as if that's a big part of the spirit and matter merging, and matter being money, and then the body and nourishing the body, not at the expense of the spirit. Or I'm sorry, it seems as if we've had a long history here during the Piscean age. So are you a follower of astrology, Monika?
Just I would rather say no.
Okay.
Just the basic.
So the Piscean age has lasted since about the time of Jesus coming in. And Piscean energy is very mystical. It's a strong focus on the abyss. It's a strong focus on psychic energy that's hard to put in the body. It's very ethereal. So we've had a long period of time in the human evolution, in the human collective, where we focused on these bits. How do I say this? I like to call it mystical fog. I like to call it, does that make sense? Like a mist. Literally, mysticism, I think, comes from this word, a cognate for mist. And so a lot of our kind of associations with spirituality in the last 2,500 years or so has been to divide our spirit with matter, because it's mysticism, shifty and fluid, and it's not really fluid, it's just hard to pin down. And matter is not hard to pin down. Let's be honest. It's very real. It's very in the nature of our senses, of sight, of touch, of smell. So for me, this is a huge part of ushering in this new paradigm and helping to organize together and bringing healers together, and those that feel a spiritual path that want to share their gifts, and not at the expense of the nourishment of their physical body financially and sexually as well. Both of this whole idea of pleasure and abundance and everything. So I wanted to ask, there's a lot we can talk about, but I want my show to be all about bringing awareness of what do we mean by this new paradigm? You know, what is this new paradigm? What are we ushering in right now during this time of great awakening, during this time of a great evolution in our species and on Earth, and perhaps even the whole universe, our galaxy? So I'd love to hear your thoughts. What is the new paradigm to you?
Well, good question. So I talk and I share my truth, and the truth which I speak is based on what I feel, my ancient connection to the woman I have always been, or the being on this soul, on this planet, and other galaxies. Information which I have which I kind of collected and resonated with me, and other connections. So what I feel is happening, that for centuries, hundreds and hundreds of years, we have been dictated by the male society, male energy, where action, deadlines, focus, the strongest survive. Like in a corporate world, and wars and everything is like do. And now that is stopping, is kind of diminishing, and the feminine energy is coming, where we are asked to tune in, we are asked to relax, we are asked to do nothing, you know, and the transition is very, very painful for some, especially if we have been driven into a goal like monetary goals. And we have helpers on this planet, which are beings from different dimensions, and also the Mother Earth.
Yes.
And now we are asked to use this beautiful, precious gift of those 2-3 months, and it will continue a bit longer, to stop and pause and re-evaluate, who am I? Why I'm on this planet? And what is my mission? And your mission doesn't have to be this huge ego boosting thing like, I want to save the world, I want to impact million women. Mission could be simple. I want to wake up and I want to have the best day today. I want to live my day 24 hours the best I can. That could be your mission. And especially if you're a mom, so my group are moms, spiritually awakened moms. If you have children, you're passing that role onto children, and the children will pass it on to their children. And that's why you're creating a new generation of healthy beliefs. So yeah, so that's what I believe. It's what we are asked is to drop the old, embrace the new. We don't know what the new is, but to surrender in trust, to find your path, and like, I'm doing good. I'm walking my path step by step, tiny little bit by tiny little bit. Not a huge jumps, just bit by bit.
I think she's speaking right to me, everybody, because I need reminders of that. I like jumping off of cliffs and be like, my big wings will come out sometime.
No, the biggest thing when I talk about the biggest job is to be happy every day. It is not, I'm not religious, so please excuse me, but I don't believe in praying.
Okay.
I believe in action taking. Praying will not get you anywhere, but if you do maybe praying with intention and do a little action to go with it,
yes,
which is alignment, and you move yourself to that direction, then it works. But just to sit, meditate, and pray, we need to take, and that's a little bit, we have to do it action not in a male way, but in a feminine way, where we feel it. Does it align with me? Is it where I want to go? Do I feel good? Am I not breaking any rules for me? And then I do it.
There's a great question here by Dawn Thompson, another wonderful healer working with Mary Magdalene, and she has asked, can you give an example of something you've dropped and how you did it, Monika?
So what happened, how I did the healing was started. So I'm very, very practical and very transparent, right? So I don't hide anything, and that's my personal brand. I just say things. So yeah, and I also swear. So I hope I will not swear today, but I swear. So
me too, and we're allowed on Facebook, so it's great.
Yeah, so what really happened to me, I have been shy for all my life, right? I have not really, I thought I'm stupid, I don't know anything, I cannot speak publicly, la 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 la, you know, huge limiting beliefs. And then highly spiritual, and I got into the habit, as many of us here who are listening and will be listening, we are givers. We suffer from the syndrome of giving and giving and giving and asking little or no money for it. So I was giving, and I was broke. And I reached a moment in my life where I couldn't go back to my daughter. I was abroad and I couldn't pay the ticket to go back. Something happened and I had no money to go back. And I said, no more. I will never reach this terrible moment. And I decided for 1 month to test the universe. I said, okay, universe, show me. I actually said, fucking show me, by the way. I said, show me.
Show me the money!
No, not the money. I said, prove to me the law of attraction. Prove to me what you're all about. So for 1 month of January, I gave all my massages, all my lectures, all my workshops, all my coachings for free. I have detached myself from money, and I still have goosebumps. I detach myself from money. I said, you know what? I will just give, and you show me this law of attraction. And what happened, I earned more money that month than ever before.
Oh, you
Because
did?
people are giving to me. They were giving to me donations. And what happened in that healing, that I was not healing for money. There was not a price tag attached to it. I was healing because I didn't call it then healing. I was just calling it body treatment, massage. And suddenly that amazing pure light started to happen. And I was transmitting energy because there was no goal. I detached myself from the goal, especially the money,
Mm-hmm.
and it kept going, and I just became a vessel.
Very priestess-like, the vessel of grace. That is what
Vessel.
really
And
the true calling of her in that archetype.
yeah. And so that was absolutely crazy to do that, but that was the start. And then the transition was like to believe that what I'm doing is right, that I'm not imagining it, because I was always like, oh, maybe that's not true. I come from very materialistic background, especially being an investment banker. Suddenly
you had that background, Monika. That's very interesting.
Jump. So
Yeah.
I said, oh, that's not true. That's not true. And it was happening more and more and more and all the time. And now my job is to maintain it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And to honor it, to say, I'm a healer. For me to say that was a big step.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
It is.
I hope it answers your question.
Yeah, that was lovely. You're a fascinating person, Monika. Lovely. Where did you grow up in Russia? Or were you in Czechoslovakia when you were?
I grew up, by the way, I drink lots of water, so you know.
Yeah, me too.
I grew up.
Oh, you can tell us about your Kangen water too. Let everybody know about this movement. Am I pronouncing it correctly? Kangen?
Kangen. It's a ionized. It's basically very high vibrational water, and if you want to raise your vibration, especially if you're a giver, a healer, this is kind of essential tool to have. It's a highly alkaline and ionized. It's not a filter. It's like having, it creates magic, it creates magic. And you also can put intention into this water. When you start drinking it, you're fully hydrated and you operate on much higher level, and things magically happen. You change your life.
I'm probably going to switch over to the Kangen. Am I saying that correctly? Soon. First, that this water needs to become a part of my life. And I'm also, I think how do I say this? I don't know, with my soul choosing to move to Michigan, I'm around the largest body of fresh water in the entire world. And so there's an energy here of protecting it and bringing awareness to the water. And so it's really been an interesting thing. It was been a couple other women that have come into my life just in the last 2 weeks. I'd never heard of the water. And I used to work with other types of alkaline pH waters in my old grocery retail job. So I was quite educated on but apparently there's a special filter system for Kangen that is required, correct?
It's basically a little, it looks like a coffee machine. It's like this big, and 8 different functions. You can cure yourself, you can heal yourself, you can use it for your body, for your house, for your babies. There are many different functions. But I mean, if people are interested, I'm happy to drop some information. But what's really important, that we forget, we really forget that we are 80% water.
Yeah.
And we take pills, medication, we do detoxing, we do diet, we do this and this, and hardly anyone really gives any attention to quality of water. I don't mean like, bottled water. Bottled water is dead, but if you put constantly, it's the same with beliefs, right? If you would tell yourself, I'm stupid, soon enough, you're going to say, oh, I'm stupid. Yeah. If you keep doing everything, and we all drink water, if you keep doing it, every day, it has an effect. So the biggest effect, the biggest shift, energetically, if you want to receive energetic shift in your life, from my experience, change the water you drink. And with the thinking, of course.
So Lindsay, she has, can you see the comments on your end, Monika? No?
I only see your beautiful self and my beautiful self.
Okay. So we've learned something today, everybody. So with me hosting, she's not able to see the questions. So I'm going to read this to you, Monika, from Lindsay Kathleen. I relate to that, Monika. I've always felt called to heal, whether it be through yoga or Reiki healing or sound healing, but I have never felt comfortable accepting money for it. Where can I find this water, by the way?
I will. So, typical women, we have decided we're going to talk on this, but we don't have links yet. So,
well, I call myself a hashtag technical toddler. It's my toddler techie.
I'm very technical. I'm very smart on technical issues. So, Kate, if you will hook up anyone who is interested in anything I'm saying,
yeah,
please connect with me with Facebook. Just simply put a request or put a message. Doesn't have to be difficult, and I'll just connect with you, because for me it's important to have a conversation.
Absolutely,
right?
Build the communities and utilize Facebook groups. Yes.
Yes. So I have many different groups, many different informations, but let's talk.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Instead of using the links, you know. And I wanted, for anybody that's new, I'm forms for my talk show and different podcasts and Facebook Lives, and it seems to be really easy to do a Facebook Live, more or less, compared to what I was originally doing with Patreon. But I am using Patreon as my platform for donations and for supporting the show, in general, supporting this awareness movement of the new paradigm of unity, consciousness, and aligning with the universal truths that all is one, which sounds utopian, but it's absolutely true. Our quantum physics has proven that we are all interconnected. And if you read up more on my Patreon page, we are literally building the footprint, the connected footprint, similar to the mycelial mushroom network below ground, and how we are communicating with each other.
Absolutely. And I just wanted to go one step further what Kate was saying. So quantum physics and brain science are two of my favorite hobbies. So it's next to my bedside table. It's about brain science. So the way we connect, and everybody who is connecting right now, and everybody who is going to listen afterward, we are connected through special code. So this is the globe. I have a globe. This is the globe, and my vibration and my particular code and Kate's particular code are matching with yours. There could be a slight, tiny little difference, but we can hear one another. And that's why we attract one another. So what I'm saying right now, you can hear and you can understand and it sinks in. But for example, Kate's neighbor would never understand what I'm saying because we don't match codes. So Kate and I, we have the same code. And we met through social media. We are thousands of miles away, but we are of the same tribe.
Yes. Yeah. And that's happening more and more. That's how the mushrooms, the mycelial network, the fungus below the earth, I mean, it's not below the earth, but in the soil that we don't directly see, is communicating. So it's really fascinating. Yes. The mycelial network is the connectivity on the internet. It works very similar to how we connect in the internet.
So absolutely.
It's really,
and also trees. There is always in the forest the mother tree, the mom, the matriarchal, the one mother who rules the whole tree forest underneath. And women, I also do women womb healing session. So
let's transition. Monika, what are your specialties in your spiritual business?
I do work with women and also men who lead from their heart. So I always include men. Men are always welcome to attend my workshops. And my specialty is to inspire and guide women to their fullest potential, to speak out, share their unique talents. And that's the business which I have. And through healing is basically to install the belief that I'm good enough. I'm good enough as a foundation. And from that level, we can look at the cell structure, like, you know, the traumas and pain which we experience in body, also fertility problems or painful birth. It's all connected, and all any diseases are connected from unprocessed emotion. And unprocessed emotion is that when you are a little child, you are not able to comprehend what's happening. You create a little story, I'm not good enough, and that carries through all of your life. Yeah, like this. So I do body work, and I combined with looking what the person is like holistically, and listening to their stories. And if people want to receive treatment online, it's the same thing, because I can tap into the energy, but I don't do the massage. Of course, I don't do the physical, but I see things. I can, yeah.
You know, if Mary Magdalene speaks about this in her gospel, that it's called the noose, and it's the third eye, but it's the third eye that is connected to the heart. It's the third eye in currency and interconnected to what I like to call the third eye to the heart to the genitalia. So you can generate it here on the earth.
Yeah.
And so when you say that, when women, I'm starting to talk more about this, but when we say we see you, we're seeing you through the noose. And Jesus talks a lot about this. This is from more of a Gnostic teaching of Christianity. But it's not just the third eye. It's the third eye in currency, which is really important to the age that we're bringing into here of interconnectivity. And I'm fairly convinced in my personal experience, it's the interconnectivity with the third eye to the heart to the genitalia. And otherwise, you won't bring it down into the earth plane if it's not coming through your generative area. And so, yes, we see is what the noose is what she's referring to. I think, right? Is that what you're referring to?
Well, I'm referring to that. You talked about mushrooms, the other fungi, and the trees. Well, we women, we talk through our wombs, right?
We do.
Every woman, even if it's removed, the energy is still there. So you could go to Africa and you can sit next to a sister you have never met her. You connect. You connect. We connect because we have this amazing. It's like a universe within a universe.
Yes, it's
right?
really neat. We all know that a lot of women get on the same menstrual cycles when they start to live together, and
because we connect.
Yes.
It's a 3 points of talking. Is the here, your heart, and your abdominal area. That's your hara. That's your core.
Well, your reproductive, right? If that's what you mean, not your actual stomach, your reproductive organ.
No, not stomach. No, not stomach.
Yeah.
No.
And because that's what we're reproducing, we're generating it, you know. So otherwise, I think like what we were saying about meditation on the pillow, you're kind of only activating the heart and the third eye. That's been my experience with meditation. It's okay, it's good to be there sometimes, but it doesn't bring it into the work, you know, down into action. So we're here now bringing it into action. This is really what this talk show is about. It's for me to start talking using my throat and speaking my truth, and also putting it into action so other people can hear all about this instead of holding it in while I sit in prayer, you know.
So but basically what's happening, you are activating your first and second chakra, and by manifesting it, so whatever the people who are listening right now, if you manifest something, if you take action, you are activating your core desire, and you are opening your first and second chakra. By not fulfilling your dreams and living in this kind of closed, I'm afraid, or scarcity, you're blocking your life energy. You cannot really channel.
Flow out. Yeah. It is more a little bit unpredictable. But well, so as Monika said, if you'd like to hear all about what she does, if you're interested in working with her name is Monika Zampa.
With K. Yeah.
And with a K. She sells with a K, and Zampa. And please reach out to her. As when I post this video on my feed, I'll put links and her name and my links to my Patreon page. So there's 3 tiers of donation levels, and you can also pick however much you want. They give you that option as well, but it's $3 for a pledge, it's a $10 pledge, or a $25 pledge. We would really appreciate your support and keeping and getting the show going, and paying for ads and talks, and paying to keep me nourished for hosting these safe spaces for us to come out from hiding and to share our greatest gifts with the world and bring awareness to these new levels of consciousness that we feel called to bring into the world in whatever shape or form. You know, as you said, I'm a vessel of this. So whatever, you know, however it flows through us. So again, her name's Monika Zampa. Please reach out on Facebook and message to her. And as our, trying to think in our closing, since this is my first show, I don't really have a super strong tagline yet, but I am glad. It worked out really nice today, and I'm happy. Like, I feel you, Monika. That was a lot of fun. So thank you for being on the show.
Yeah.
And
I love it. Thank you very much for having me here. And I feel really blessed. And I know there are people who are watching. It doesn't matter if it's 5 or 500. The right people will come. And I'm sure that, you know, I can't see the comments, but I know that by having this show and talk, there is an inspiration. Or even if it's just something, 1%, you got one information which was needed right now in your life. We don't know what it is, but you know what it is.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you again, Monika. I think it's
very welcome.
Yeah, it's a good time to end our talk, and we will be in touch. And thank you again for sharing your greatest gifts with the world.
Sure, anytime. If you want particular questions, I'm happy to answer. Go on a show again.
I've been following them. I'm pretty sure I'm going to double check really quick. I've been following them as they go along, and I haven't seen any others come in at this time. So
Great.
So everything, and yeah, so thanks again, Monika.
Wonderful.
We will talk
Have
soon.
a beautiful, bye bye. Bye. Now let's